How do you start up a successful and sustainable non-profit organization here in the United States? Well, most of my followers have been thinking about this. Many want to start a non-profit as a way to achieve their dreams and visions for life. But the question is, most do not really know the process. So I'm going to walk you quickly through the process. But if you're looking to start up your non-profit, simply go on our website. You did find resources that will guide you through the entire process, including the tools and documents you need to be successful. So let's jump right into it. The very first step is research. You want to research if the vision, if your impact is sustainable, if it's feasible. Because most nonprofits out there are struggling because they didn't do this research. They didn't look around their service area to look if there are other nonprofits doing what they're doing. They simply went ahead and then they find out that they are just a small, tiny nonprofit in a large pool of other nonprofits doing the work they want to do. So the first step is you researching, and that's going to provide you clarity that you need to go on to the next step. The next step is board recruitment. You need people who believe in your vision, people who want to achieve the same thing as yourself to serve on your board. And you can find these people across various platforms, from online to physical, to your personal network and your professional network. But there are specific steps you need to take to make sure they are committed. The third step of the process is strategic planning. This is where you get to plan with your board members, you get to plan with the community you intend to serve, and then of course you also plan with the stakeholders. This is so that you get community backing, your board backing, and also so that when you reach out to raise money, you're not just reaching out for the first time to raise money, but you've reached out to ask for their ideas, ask for their opinions. And then this is going to help you build your programs, develop your budget, your fundraising strategies. All that has to be developed. That's where strategic planning comes in. The next step of the process is you going on to incorporate your organization, basically registering your organization. Regardless of where you are, you can file for your article of incorporation within your state, apply for your EIN, and then of course file for your 501c3 tax exemption status. Each of these requires you to fill different forms that you need to understand so that you get it right. That's why most people bring in lawyers, but of course we also have resources on our website to help you through this process. So once you're done registering, the next step is to brand the organization. So this is where you pick your logo, your colors, your website, your social media handles, your marketing materials, whatever that is going to be needed to execute your impact, grow your organization and raise money. And then the last part of the process is where you begin to execute. Basically, you're trying to raise money, for that from individual donors, from grants, or from corporate sponsors, or you're trying to execute your programs, whether you're running a homeless home or you're trying to empower women. You have to go about your impact. And then lastly, you need to build your organization, empowering your board members, picking up an office space, whatever that's necessary to help you grow your organization.